as the judge said, he said, listen, he said, the drivers get paid whatever they were shown on the screen. If you, Uber or DoorDash or whoever, want to allow your customers 2 hours to retract their tip, that's fine. It's on you, though, meaning pay your drivers what they were shown. And then if you want to allow that stupid tactic, go ahead. If you want to allow that, I get it. It's like when we do these bills, I'm about to walk you through, or we're not going to go through them all. I'm just going to tell you who's submitted. It's like having to put independent contractor or employee. You just got to give those options. Let's get back on track here. I'm most excited tonight to tell you, and I'm having to do this at a weird time too, by the way. I wanted to talk about the states. So based on Colorado's 2 bills, which is where we started off. Good thing it's not 13 minutes. I'd be over. Colorado has the transparency bills. So far, to date, on Monday, we filed a bill in the state of Kentucky. Now, you have to be a driver in that state to be able to file it. And that's where we're going to use Michelle Sleet's Facebook group to ask if people in the states that we've filed in already agree with the bill. We'll put it up there. And if we do, we'll collect those addresses as people who support it. Because it's all about just transparency, right to a human review on a wrongful deactivation, and removal of metrics, which can be down the road in parts. But these bills all look similar, but they're all doing the same thing. So on Monday, we submitted the person submitted in Kentucky. And on Tuesday, it was submitted in Louisiana. On Wednesday, today, it was when I'm recording this at night. And that's where I was going with this. I'm kind of, my schedule's all messed up right now, but I'm getting it back. But anyway, so Wednesday, today, Michigan, a good friend of mine in Detroit. I'm originally from Michigan. I got my Tigers, got my Detroit, and whatever. I might even have other Detroit stuff. But they filed bills, and all these are ready for download. I mean, like we can put them up for all you guys, but we keep going. And tomorrow, maybe it was just the Pennsylvania. So Pennsylvania tomorrow, Connecticut Friday, and then myself and at least 2 others, and hopefully John Lopez too. We're going to ask him, fingers crossed. But we need all the brain power we can on the Chicago and the Illinois one, because that's a tough one. But you guys, how big is that? And if you're out there saying it's not big at all, then what have you done to help protect the work that is making you money, even if you don't love it right now? Trust me, I've been there. We've all been there. Like maybe you're not loving it right now. Maybe you're not loving the pay. Maybe you're kind of just even sick of it and fed up for the minute, especially when the pay is down and the order volume's down and all this, that, and the other. But in the end, we have some things to fix, or else they are going to be fixed in a different way. And it's definitely a way where if that's what you want, I always say this, if that's what you want, you should go with that. You should push for that. But you definitely should know what you are pushing exactly. And you definitely should understand the transparency only side versus some kind of fake active time against minimum wage, which can actually hurt what you're trying to do and accomplish. I can break this down, and I have many other times. We'll get around to probably right after the 500th episode. I want to do a full breakdown on what transparency can do, and how it does help, and leading to getting rid of these metrics. But how cool is that? And then, again, if any of you are going, well, that ain't cool at all. Cool, man. Or if that's what you think, I would love to know what you did. If you're just like, then cool. But I'm talking about the people who are like, some people might be like, awesome. But I mean, if there's anybody out there going, so, to those people, those are the ones I'm really kind of trying to target here and say, well, what have you done? And I'm being dead honest. Put it in the comments. What have you done? especially if you have a platform. What have you done? I'm all for doing all the content you want, and you guys should all do the content the way you want to do it. But there is a lot of people in a lot of different that hover around different channels, but then kind of pop around all of them too. But there's a lot of people that hover around certain channels, and there's a lot of them. And if nothing else, I don't know, you should be for something, and you should be able to explain it and show the audience both sides. It's something I do here. But in the next 14 months, everything's going to be decided. If you're wondering why why I'm pushing these so hard, I am trying to, before November 5th of this year, which only 2 states will vote, which is New Jersey, of course, and Virginia. Next year are all the rest. That's the midterms, and those are big, and almost every state. That's in November of 2026. So by November of 2025, even if it's not the 1st of November, but by the end of it, and even if not, even after is fine if that's what it has to be. But by November, some point in November, I would like to have all of them that want to be submitted. Got a lot of people behind this. And every time we talk to people who don't understand, especially the lawmakers have said this, but it's a perfect little way for me to jab it in there again. The lawmakers who I used to tell you, they really have no clue. We have to tell them everything. They're getting better. And it makes it so that the conversation that I have with them or whoever, we can go to the next level now. It's not simply going through definitions of 8 buzzwords I might have used where he's like, what's stacking? Like something that is just so easy to all of us, and it just comes second nature, what that is. That's where we were. That's not where we are anymore. They know what they don't need to know about. They know what they absolutely do need to know about, and they're trying to figure it out now. But the problem is the lobbyists are out there now too, and they're pushing agendas that you do not want. I mean, look into them. If that's what you want, that's what you want. But understand what it is. I mean, we've made a lot of jokes on this channel, and I've made them with experts in the field about you can't unionize gig workers and the way that the California one would work, because you'd be paying for literally nothing. And we broke that down. But you can't unionize gig workers. This has been a very troubling time for the unions. They are at their all-time lowest in history for union membership across the country.